for season 2 of Elite Level Game. Tonight, we are going to talk about women, this means girlfriends and wives, withholding sex from their boyfriends and or husbands. We discuss this next. ELG starts right now.
Sugar Ray, nice shirt, man. I like that.
What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of Elite Level Game, the advanced RP conversation. These conversations certainly not for beginners, not rookies, not freshmen. I think it was Biggie Smalls, the 10 Crack Commandments. I remember his 10th commandment was, this is strictly for live men, not freshmen. Well, this is kind of like that. No, we're not giving you the 10 Crack Commandments, but it's something like that. At any rate, listen, let me introduce my esteemed panelist, Coach EO. EO, how you been, man?
Hey, good to see you, man. Good to be back. Season 2, you're looking well.
Absolutely.
and good to be back, man. Shout out to the chat room. We got a good season and good episode here for you today. Be sure to call in. He'll tell you when to do that.
You know it.
But respect to everybody. Good show. Hopefully we have in store for you.
Very good. I noticed your beard is back. Now I'm told
Yes.
you shaved 40. I'm told you shaved 36 hours ago, and and just like that, here we are, right?
I am a hairy motherfucker, man. But yeah, you know what? I was doing the thin stash.
Yeah.
And then I decided Christmas Day I was gonna let it grow back. So it's been a little over a month. And this is 1 month of growth. So,
wow, that is
quickly.
God almighty.
Yes.
You and my brother are the same in that regard. Now, my beard, this is probably like 10 months worth of work, and I've trimmed it a couple of times. But 1 month, I could probably grow a decent beard, but nothing like, dude, you and my brother has the 5 o'clock shadow. He'll shave in the morning, and by like 11 o'clock that morning, you can strike a match on his beard. It's crazy. He is absolutely crazy.
Man. Interesting. I drink a lot of water. Water helps with that too. You want to grow your beard? I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen automatically, but drinking water does help the growth of the beard for sure.
I did not know that, but that makes perfect sense because I drink a lot of water.
You're drinking a lot. I always see you drinking water.
Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm thirsty or what, but who knows? If your body needs it, your body tells you that you need it. So at any rate, shout out to my guys over on the Sharpe stream side, my snipers. Let's see, we've got Dre Raven, Geeky Anomaly, and of course the lovely and talented Devin. Shout out to my sharpshooters on the YouTube side. We've got JBlaze11, Dre Raven double dipping, says it's about that time. Absolutely. Let's see. JBlaze says, I love the pun. It's tough to get good Wi-Fi on vacation. Hey, you know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. JBlaze also says, EO has the testosterone of 10 men. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think that's probably why your beard
There's something going on there. Yeah.
He's got to trim
Shout
it up.
out to SNO. I see SNO Overton Consulting Group in here trying to help
there she
out
is.
too. So
there she is.
good
Yep.
to
Shout out
see
to
you.
SNO,
Good to have
and
her.
she is a mod. Okay, good. She's a mod. Okay, good. Wanted to make sure she was good to
Thank
go. So today's topic, Everett, is one that a lot of men have talked about over the years, and this is women withholding sex, women refusing to have sex with their men. Now, I've got a couple of articles / Reddit posts that I'd like to read. But before we get to those, just give me sort of your opening salvo on women who withhold sex from their husbands and or boyfriends.
All right, so I'm going to start with this.
Okay.
Men and women both are, well, if you have game. If you don't have game, you're just a simp in love.
There you go.
Okay, and you're just going to get crushed every time.
It is what it is.
But if you get two people together that have some decent game, and, women know what they're doing. They're not dumb by any means, but... So the man's trying to figure out what the woman's strengths are so he can leverage those strengths, okay? And then he's also trying to find out what her weaknesses are too so he can zone in on those to
Right.
keep her tied to him.
Right.
Equally, the woman is doing that. Both sexes are doing this, and just to some degree. Now, clearly, as you evolve as a human being, perhaps you don't go down that road, but we'll not go there tonight. So,
Right.
So here's the thing with men: if once a woman sees you're needy in any area, it could be needy for anything, really, just needy for anything.
Yes.
She's going to exploit that. She's going to use that, withhold that to get what she wants from you, and then she will punish you until she gets what she wants. And who knows, you may not even get what you want in the end. So, this is why I teach men to always be self-sufficient, and not needy for sex, not needy for her in general. Very happy men. We're living a dope life. We don't need her for nothing.
Right.
And so if we do have you, we're going to include you if you qualify to be here.
That's right.
But we're not going to show any kind of neediness that she can use and exploit, because the second she sees weakness, she's coming after it.
It's a wrap. Hold on. There we go. That's what happens as soon as she sees the weakness. So listen, I could not have said that any better myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, let me go ahead and share my screen here. You are not going to, you're not going to believe what you are about to see and read. Let me see if I can find it here. It's a couple of, now the reason I like to do Reddit posts is because Reddit is probably, I don't know, it's probably the most accurate in terms of, it's the most accurate in terms of people being honest. People write under the shroud of anonymity, which means, and they always use throwaway accounts, as you'll see. I'm using a throwaway account for confidentiality reasons, which means they're probably telling the truth. So this first one comes from ATL Sex Issues. This is 8 years ago. But he says, my girlfriend has withheld sex for 2 years. And I am done. Need advice on next steps. What are your initial thoughts when you hear that? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, that's not his girl.
Right.
One.
There you go.
First thing I think is, this is not your girl.
That's
He's
right.
delusional.
Yep.
And so I do blame the man. I'm always going to blame the man.
That's
That's
right.
something I'm always going to do. So if you haven't had sex with a woman in 2 years, that's not your girl. She's someone else's girl. She's around you for other perks. Mm-hmm. And so for one, he's got to get rid of the delusion in order to get better, because otherwise he'll just repeat this cycle with another girl. So that's the first thing that comes to mind, Donovan, is that this is not his girl, hasn't been his girl for quite some time, and she's with him for other perks, clearly not sex.
Could not agree more. That is not his girl. She knows it, he doesn't. That's why he's asking Reddit what he should do. I'll add to that. A woman withholding sex, or a woman not wanting to have sex with you, this is a mathematical certainty in a relationship. And the way you deal with it sets the tone for the relationship moving forward. So, for example, if you move in on your girl and she says, I don't want to have sex, I've got a headache, or whatever the case may be, cool. Pick up your gym bag and go to the gym. Or just say, all right, cool. Well, I'll see you later. You pick up, you pack your shit and you leave. Okay. At that point, that's going to send a message. If you don't uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not going to uphold my end of the bargain. If you reward a woman with your presence, attention, time, and resources, and she's withholding sex from you, then she's going to continue to do that. But Donovan, she said she had a headache. Women never have fucking headaches. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. I have a headache. Translation, I don't want to fuck right now. Well, what if she's not in the mood? Who gives a shit? A woman doesn't have to be in the... See, here's the thing. A man has to be in the mood to have sex. A woman does not have to be in the mood to have sex. It takes the boner. Now, a lot of people would say, well, then that's marital part. No, that sex is a woman's duty, just like it's my duty. If I decided, you know what, Devin, I don't feel like paying the electric bill this month. Or I don't feel like paying the phone bill for a couple of days. So we're going to prorate the phone bill, and you're going to pay for the 3 or 4 days that I decided not to pay. She's not. Now, here's the thing. Devin never denies me sex. So now that's on me. So the point is, and there are many, many ways to handle this, and we'll get into this a little bit later on. But the very first time your woman withholds sex from you and you let her get away with it, it's a wrap. It is over.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll add something to that real quick, just
go
something to add to that, which I agree with completely. But here's the thing: guys that are working and building something special,
Right.
in their lives. Look, even me, I work all day. When you're running your own show, we're really never off.
Nope.
I mean, unless you're going on vacation, but even on vacation, you're looking to
Still
see
working.
how you can seize opportunities. So it has to get to a point where I always tell guys this: be with women that are attracted to you more than you're attracted to her. I've been saying this for the longest time. I've been saying that. And me personally, I don't want to look her. I want to work her anyway.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm not because I'm going to redesign the woman anyway when I get her. Because when I get her off jump, I don't really want that product because that is an extension of other situations that have nothing to do with me.
There you go.
So I need to redesign her the way I want to design her, then wind her ass up and let her go work for me.
There you go.
But I'll say it this way: be with a woman that is actually very attracted to you.
Yes.
As a man, sexually and otherwise. Because here's what I do. Dude, I don't even want to fuck all the time. I mean, okay.
Who you telling?
Granted, I'm 42 in May, so my sex drive is still there, but it's not where it was when I was in my 20s. That's for sure.
Right.
And that's because my priorities are different.
Right.
I was at bars drinking gin and tonics, fucking whiskeys and shit, and then hitting on broads, and getting women to choose up. So, but for now, my priorities are completely different. I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't party. My only emphasis is making money and building my business and working with guys like you. So in my case, my woman has to really beg me for sex now because my priority is not her. So I just want to say that when you make the priority yourself, your business, include her, of course, and go with that woman that's really, really into you. I'd rather her be 3 times more into you than you're into her. You'll be in a much better shape.
My hand to the man, and Devin will verify this in the chat. She will verify this in the chat. It's January 27th. I think we've probably had sex twice this year, if that at all. Now, is that a good thing? Probably not, right? Should I have fucked her a few more times? Yeah, probably. And obviously, I'm working on time management skills, and we're moving some things around to give us a little bit more together time because both of us work very, very hard, and it's just hard for us. Even though we live alone, we just have animals. It's hard to sort of wind down and really sort of get in the mood after grinding for 12, 14 hours a day. But the last time Devin asked me, she said, "Do you want to have sex today?" I was like, "Nah, we'll do it another time." And I didn't, and this is the thing, man. I didn't tell her no to play games with her. Ooh, let me reject her for sex to see what she'll do.
It was genuine.
I just didn't feel like doing it, man. I was in the middle of something huge. That's just how it is. And sometimes I want to have sex, and I just don't have time. And so I'm not walking around with a fucking boner all the goddamn time because my mind is on other things. So when you, just like you said, when you have a dope life, when you're working for something, when you're building something, sex it's important because it's necessary for life, but it really ends up taking a back seat to everything in your life.
Agreed. And I'll say this: you ever tried? And I'm sure you can agree. Have you ever tried to have sex with animals in the bed?
Oh my God! The last time Dev and I had sex, I think one of the cats was in the bed. Yes.
just staring at you. There was
Jesus.
A point that I wanted to bring up, which was crucial, man. A lot of guys are gonna get mad at me at this, but I don't care. I always say that simps want to have sex all the time. Simps do.
That's right.
Because anytime you talk to a real man that is structurally sound, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, the whole thing.
Physically,
he ain't thinking about sex all the time. He's got other interests besides sex. Guys that want to have sex all the time are too much in the body, the mind of the body.
Ooh, I like that.
And that guy is not. The guy's not usually making money.
Nope.
His priorities are all out of line. He'll call off work for this girl. He'll risk losing his job for this girl. So I will tell you that, in my opinion, a man that is pursuing sex often is a goddamn simp.
And you want to know something? I have been that goddamn simp. And I'll tell you something else. Just because you have game does not mean you're not a simp. Dude, I had master class.
I know plenty of them.
Dude, I had master class level game in Las Vegas. Dude, I was fucking broads left and right. I was a simp because if I spent, oh my God, if I spent half the time I spent chasing ass. I could be 3 years from retirement today. That's what a waste. Yes. It would listen. I learned a lot, and I use that knowledge now to help teach men. But in the same vein, in terms of what you said, a man who wants to fuck all the time is a man who ain't busy enough. If you're wanting to fuck all the time, if you're whacking up all the time, you're not busy enough. Find something to do instead of just fucking or thinking about fucking.
Love it. Yes, sir.
All right, so let me just read this. This is quite pitiful. It says, using a throwaway for confidentiality reasons, I'll try to make this short. My girlfriend and I, he starts, have never had a perfect relationship, but we've made it work for a little over 5 years now. When we met, and for several years after that, things sexually were okay. Not great, but passable. It was a minor issue because she was great for me in most of the important ways. And he puts important in quotes. She's kind, outgoing, outgoing, motivated to succeed, etc., etc. She had dealt with a sexual childhood trauma for a very long time. Now, I'm going to stop it here because this is very, very important to point out, okay? And I'm not trying to be insensitive, and I'm not trying to be heartless. But guys, if you know a woman has some sort of sexual trauma with her childhood, if something happened to her that was terrible when she was a kid, you gotta leave these women alone. It's through no fault of their own, but these women are damaged beyond repair. I can't even begin to talk about the psychological fuckery that you have to deal with and endure with a woman who has sexual trauma in her childhood. What do you think, Io?
Yeah, I mean, I've met a few of those. Don't get me wrong.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, dude.
Yeah, I don't suggest you go for it. I mean, here's the thing. Before you get out in the dating game, whether you're a man or a woman, hopefully you're not carrying a lot of baggage.
Yes.
And the truth is, women and men both, but we're talking about women here too, but I'll never let men off the hook. A lot of men are still not over their exes, still upset she broke up with them.
Oh yeah.
Carrying around a scarcity mindset. Red pill rage, even look, that's part of the process. Obviously, when you go through, you're being introduced to this section of the manosphere,
right?
And there's going to be an aspect of that once you start finding out information, like understanding women. You're going to get a little angry. That's natural, but you can't hold on to that,
right?
And so I'll say this: it's a woman's responsibility to get the necessary therapy, to kind of bring resolution to trauma prior to getting her ass out into the dating game.
Okay. All right. I'm with that.
And she's not going to do it. I'll be honest. There's going to be some women that do it.
Yeah.
Good for them. And they deserve to have husbands.
Absolutely. I agree.
But for women who don't resolve that, who are carrying that baggage and just expecting men to give them resources, attention, all this shit, get the fuck out of here.
That is I actually agree with you. I never thought about it from that perspective. If a woman has the wherewithal to get therapy and deal with her sexual trauma, then at that point it's not a black flag anymore. Now it becomes kind of a crimson flag. I mean, so there are red flags, crimson flags, and black flags. Unfortunately, we have to categorize them like that now because every girl, like back in the day, no girls had red flags because they all lived with dad until they got married. Well, enter the sexual revolution and feminism and the advent of birth control. We have women with red, crimson, and black flags. If you don't want to end up alone, you're just gonna have to deal with some red flags. It sucks that we have to deal with it, but this is the way it is. We're not here to talk about what's fair and what's not. We're here to talk about what is. But I agree with you. I think if a woman who gets therapy for her sexual trauma, I would keep it to yourself. It's almost like getting something expunged. Now, you guys know I'm a multiple-time convicted felon. There are some felonies on my record or some misdemeanors and felonies on my record that have been expunged. I don't talk about those things because they've been expunged. Well, in the same vein, if a woman has sexual trauma as a child and you get therapy for it, and you've really learned to deal with it and you're not allowing it to affect you, there's no need to really bring it up. Because if you're with a guy you really like, if you're with a high-value guy, he's going to tuck tail and run because he's not trying to deal with that kind of baggage. So now guys are probably asking, well, what if something comes out? What if her behavior? That's on the woman. That's on the woman. Listen, it's not her fault that it happened to her as a kid, but just like you said, Io, it is incumbent upon her. She is responsible for taking care of her own mental shit. Do not try to rescue a woman mentally. It will never ever work out, ever.
Yeah, and they really don't want you to do that most of the time. They don't want you to be Dr. Phil for them.
No, they don't.
What they want you to do mostly is to include them in on new things that they've haven't formally been introduced to.
Yes.
But they also have to qualify and be a valuable asset in those situations.
Ooh, wow.
So you can't just come to a party and not bring any value to the party. I mean, so
bring a 6-pack of beers or something, right? Shit.
Something. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, anytime a young person, a young child is taken advantage of, it's sad.
It is.
But at the same time, you do have to do the necessary therapy before you get involved with another human being.
I agree. And in the end, her sexual trauma as a child, as sad as it was, it's not your problem. It's not your fault that she went through that, but it's not her fault, but it's not yours either. So don't let her bring that.
Hey,
to
Donovan,
you.
Real fast. I'll say 10 seconds. I coached a guy who was kind of the reverse of this. He was like bringing up shit that happened with his mother. Like, oh, my mother did this. My mother kind of verbally abused me. And truth be told, the woman lost attraction to the guy. And I said, yo, why are you bringing up your mom and shit, bro? Like, get over that. Get some therapy. Talk to me about it, which I'm glad you hired me to talk about this. So I was schooling him on, hey, you don't talk about that shit with a girl. She's going to instantly see that as weakness.
Yes.
And now she don't even want to be with you anymore.
Right.
So that's another thing with guys. Don't come into a relationship with a woman talking about, oh, my ex cheated on me.
Oh, God.
Your ex, bro. Get over that
Dude.
shit. Don't ever tell a woman, hey, I'm kind of sensitive because my ex left me for another man.
Oh, my God.
Instantly dried up. So, make peace with your past and don't talk about it.
Dude, I can't even. This is why you and I are simpatico, man. I tell dudes all the time, never, ever, 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 ever tell a woman you've been cheated on. If she asks you, Donovan, you are 44 years old. You've banged a bunch of girls. You've had a bunch of girlfriends. Have you ever been cheated on? You look her right in the eye and you tell her, fuck no. A man who has been cheated on is a man who is weak and damaged. Now, we all know we've been cheated on, but when a woman knows that you got disrespected in the worst way by a woman on your watch, dude, her vagina dries up like the Sahara Desert. Take EO's advice. Do not tell these bitches about your cheating ex. Does it make them feel sorry for you? Yes, but it also dries their nether regions. Jesus fucking Christ.
And don't tell her about your mommy issues
No.
or daddy issues or the fact that you got bullied in high school. Don't tell her shit about that.
Oh
Get
my
over
God.
it. You're a grown man now. Fix that shit in your head and move on with your life. Like, it's not just that. It's really anything from the past. Like, she doesn't need to know about that.
Oh God, dude, I could not be more clear about that. Keep that shit to yourself, guys. You too, ladies. Yes. She dealt with sexual childhood trauma for a very long time, which plays a large part in why she decided to start withholding sex in June of 2012. She said, oh boy, she said she needed some me time to deal with her issues. Oh no. See, now we're starting to get into the bullshit. So she was fucking this dude for 3 years. All of a sudden, she decided she wanted to take some me time to deal with her childhood trauma. I don't know. Except, he continues, that went on for weeks, then months, then years. I basically stopped counting and given up on the situation entirely. Her reasons for prolonging have ranged from, quote, my birth control is killing my sex drive, a valid complaint. I don't have enough time, invalid. I still haven't worked through this stuff yet, and I need it to be perfect. The reasons are complex. Oh, boy. So now, oh boy. So, okay. So first it was sexual trauma. Okay. We dedicated 7 minutes to that and said, hey, you know what? Not mad at you, girl. We get it. But now she's talking about her birth control and she wants everything to be perfect and she needs some me time. EO, I think you nailed this in the beginning. That's not his girl. She started fucking somebody else. Am I wrong?
Oh, no, you're 100% right.
Dude.
And also, this guy just saying things like this situation is complex. Like, what's complex about it? This either works or it doesn't.
Yes.
Like, this is
my girl doesn't want to fuck me.
This is either mutual beneficial or it's not. There's nothing to discuss. This is either working or it's not. And I think guys are acting real girly these days and trying to like come up. This is a situationship. It's complicated.
Oh my
it's
God.
complex. Like,
That's how girls talk. Yeah,
like,
that's
it's
how
either
fucking girls
working
talk.
or it's not fucking working, and that's it. And part of the problem too is poor communication.
Yes.
On the man's part in the beginning, he's not really stating what he wants. He's not stating what the standard should be if he's going to go into a relationship or invite someone into his life for a relationship. He's not really telling her what the proper guidelines are, parameters of the relationship. This is what I offer. This is what I would want in return. And when you become a good communicator, then you can iron out a lot of those details in the beginning. Yep. And you could also decipher if this person's even compatible for you.
Yeah, if she's up for the job, right? Hey, listen, if you're not up for the job, hey, withdraw your application. I've got other applicants. A quick aside, he continues, here we go. I understand that I can never know what it's like to be the victim of that sort of trauma or how painful dealing with it can be. I also know that I'm not entitled to sex and relationship, but I do believe that any healthy adult relationship involves somewhat regular sexual interaction. We haven't had sex once, not in over 2 years. This is where I have the problem. I've been proactive in trying to take matters into my own hands as well. I've learned oh my God, I should have read this before I did this. I have learned PUA skills and tried to use them to make the relationship better. I focused on taking up meditation for an alternative method of relieving stress, and I exercise at least three times per week at the gym. I found myself a much better job and far more money than I was making, and I've tried to become an overall kinder, more motivated person. I'm really happy with all other aspects of my life now, and I've done my best to rub some of that happiness and support off onto her. Unfortunately, he says, this has largely been to no avail. She refuses to seek therapy or even talk to anyone but me about it, and her self-help book that she wanted me to get her on the topic has laid clothes next to her side of the bed. It's always been, quote, I'm trying on her end, but for me, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and I'm tired of waiting for her to change and work on things. I can't do it for her, and I can't waste my life just sitting around and expending so much energy on this. It's exhausting. Oh boy, it gets even worse. In the meantime, we've moved to Atlanta. Oh my God. You allowed this woman that you are not married to, who is not fucking you, to move to Atlanta with you? For a new work opportunity for me, based on, once again, her saying that she would really use the opportunity as a fresh start for us. Basically, the opposite has happened. After 9 to 10 hour days on most days, I come to her still in my PJs at 6 p.m. watching TV and playing around on the computer. She'll get 1 job application per day and maybe 2 if she's lucky. Oh my God. I don't mean to be harsh sounding, but it's a pretty sweet gig she's got going on here. While I pay the bills and handle all the stress and problems that come along with cross-country relocation, she gets to sleep until 11 every day and basically loaf around. I'm a chump, right? This fact is not escaping me. So obviously he says it's time to break up. I just need some help and advice on how to do it. She's currently unemployed, and yes, we live together. Yeah, no shit. Unfortunately, we're locked into a lease for another 9 months, but I need to consult my company's legal team to see if there are any loopholes or ways out. I'd be willing to pay to break it. The more complicated issue will be her own situation due to her unemployment. I don't feel comfortable just leaving her and saying, good luck. She has no source of income besides me at the moment and doesn't have any significant savings, so me leaving her is basically fucking her over in a pretty bad way. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do here. In closing, I'm hoping that she'll get a job soon so this can go more smoothly. I don't feel I owe her anything other than a clean break because I've already given everything I could to this relationship. I've changed parts about myself that I used to like, parts that I can't get back. It's affected how I feel about women in general. I don't trust anything most of them say. Wow, this guy got red-pilled. And it's going to require some long-term therapy to get over that particular problem. Whoa, slow down, brother. You don't need therapy, man.
Sit next to her.
Fam, right. Like, he doesn't need therapy. He needs the red pill. God damn. There are more things, but I won't bore you with them. I just need some advice. I don't think we need to read the other ones. I think this one is good enough. Let's try to pick through this. I'm just going to go ahead and come out and say it. I don't think she was sexually abused at all. I wasn't there, so I don't know, but So she won't go to therapy. He bought her a book to try to deal with it. She keeps saying, I'm working on it. I think listen, I think she's capping. What say you?
You know what, man? I've been known to fuck the trauma out of a bitch. Real talk. So hey, look, everybody's got a little bit of trauma.
Yo, I fuck trauma
and
into
you know
bitches.
What you're doing. Yeah. Hey, trust me, there's a lot of trauma victims.
Real talk.
Due to me. Unfortunately, it's bad game to send these women off
yes.
fucked up.
Yes.
But at the same time, you can be that healing that a woman needs. Just by being a healthy man to begin with, but you also have to have that standard that we talk about. This sounds like a woman wrote this. Everything about it is very feminine. He's heavily in denial.
Wow.
You know what they are? They're roommates, Donovan.
Oh, yes.
They're roommates.
Yes.
That's all they are.
Yep.
He can't replace her. A man who has experience with other women would have seen a lot of these things already. Now, look, I don't expect men to be on Donovan's level or even mine. I really don't. This level is a lot of experience, a lot of introspection,
right?
A lot of loss. Like you said, you would have been a millionaire by now had you prioritized differently, and I would agree the same.
Yes.
And so I don't expect men to know the things we talk about, but this is scary, and I hope that he learns from this. I really do.
I hope that he learns from this too. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines, guys. If you have a story or stories about how to handle women withholding sex from you, your a buddy, whatever, give us a call, 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. The phone lines are open now. I think what he'll probably end up doing, and I said he was red pilled. Somebody said that he was that he's been black pilled at this point, and who knows what's going to happen. But I think that she is codependent upon him. That's really the only way to explain what. I mean, I just don't understand how you can. This woman hasn't fucked you for 2 years. She doesn't have a job. You move her to Atlanta with you. She gets even lazier. This is clearly, and listen, not to bag on the guy. This is a low value guy, because a man with any sort of value, any sort of self-worth would have left by now. Not only that, I remember something you said a little bit earlier. You said, "Hey, look, man, you have to express what your expectations are. After you voice your expectations, what you then need to do is you need to act on them. And so if she does not uphold her end of the bargain, then you don't uphold yours." That's all there is to it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Another thing I do want to point out, too, is let me ask you something, Donovan. What would happen if you bought a jalopy vehicle and you went and put new rims on it, nice wax job, tinted windows, but you didn't fix the engine? What would happen?
I would have a great looking lemon. It'd be a junk bucket. It would look great, but it would never run.
Yep. Exactly. So when I hear guys say, "Hey, I went to the gym, I'm getting in better shape." Now, I'm not telling you that those things won't be helpful, but what's going on with the programming? If the programming doesn't change, you just got a shiny jalopy outside.
Yep, that's right.
So, that's one thing I want to tell men. Women tend to do that. They'll get in shape and they'll redesign themselves. They'll cut their hair, wear glasses, brand new wardrobe after a breakup.
Yes.
And that can work for a while. But if that programming hasn't changed and there hasn't been any accountability taking place on the woman's part, she's just going to duplicate the situation again.
Yep.
So I want guys to know that self-improvement starts in the mind. It starts in the mind, and then 100%. It will work outside. But if you're just outside and nothing's going on in here or your emotions, you're just going to recycle that bullshit.
Yeah, listen, I agree 100%, man. The hardware just because the hardware changes doesn't mean the software changes too. If you change your software, your hardware is going to change as a natural byproduct of your software change. And you said it perfectly. And men don't do this quite as much as women do. Men or men like to talk a good game, like, I signed up for the gym or I bought this weight equipment and blah 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 blah. But they don't really change their mind, and so they end up back where they were. Like I had one consultation client. This was 3-4 years ago, and he was an overweight dude, lived with his parents. I think he did Uber and like Uber Eats or some DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever. And he's like, man, I'm a loser. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get out my parents' house. Dude, I counseled this dude for 6 months. He had a consultation with me every week for 6 months. Then I didn't hear from him for about a year. Then out of nowhere, he shoots me a text message. He says, Donovan, how do you know you don't have what it takes to be red pill? And I was that made me furious because I spent so much time with this guy and he literally just wasted his money. So what I told him, I said, I used his name. I said, I have given you everything you need to live a better life. I said, I'm going to cut off all communication now. Good luck to you. Yeah. If you can't, because I can talk until I'm blue in the face. If you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen. It's the same thing with this guy. The very first time she withheld sex from him, you have to punish that behavior. Remove yourself from the situation. Withdraw your attention.
No, I 100% agree. I've had clients too who I've refused to work with after a few sessions. I'm like,
oh yeah,
becoming argumentative. Now I expect a little bit of resistance because what I'm about to teach or what you're about to teach
not easy
can be a little uncomfortable.
Of course.
So we expect that, but over a course of time, if there's no improvement and you're then you're not qualified for this particular program.
Nope.
Same thing with a woman. Guys would save themselves so much time and headache and resources if they just are direct with women about what it is they want. Problem is they don't know what they want. And it's usually just sex.
Yeah, that's it.
If it's just sex, you're going to lose. Okay? Because women know you want just sex. They know that that's a big emphasis. So if that's all you want from the woman, you're no different than any other man. So that's why I say if you're not thirsty, you're not needy, and a woman can't really detect any weaknesses about you, she really can only see strengths, then she has a decision to make.
Right.
I either fuck with a strong dude or I go back to weak dudes.
Right. And she wants to fuck with a strong dude. She's not trying to go back to weak dudes, man. Wow. Well said. Very, very well said. All right. 516-387-1987. Let's go to Jordan in Florida. Jordan in Florida, you're on live with Donovan and EO. What you got for us?
Yo, what's going on, Donovan? It's Jordan Royale. We follow each other on Instagram.
I
wanted to actually tell you, what's going on, dude? So I wanted to say, like, in the whole instance with withholding sex, I mean, at the end of the day, just drop it, dude. Just drop it. Completely drop it. And the reason I say that is because I was in a 5-year relationship, and at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to keep, like, looking within yourself to figure out where the issue is. Right? You're going to say, hey, well, I'm not doing this for her. I need to do this better. I'm not taking her out enough on dinner dates. I need to take her out more on dinner dates. We need to have more me time. We need to do this. I need to be buying her more Coach bags. I need to, be doing this. We should be going on vacations more. I'm not paying attention to her. I'm not listening to her feelings. So you're going to do all that. You're going to drive yourself crazy. And then what she's still going to do? She's still going to withhold sex from you. So all the listeners and you guys are spot on the money. Don't freaking do it to yourself. Just drop her like a bad habit.
Jordan, I think you're in Tampa, correct? Or
yes.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
I'm in Tampa.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of figured that's what that was. Jordan, hey, listen, man. Thanks for calling in and thanks for the follow on IG, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Take care, man.
I'm loving all the content you're putting out. So
Thank
keep
you.
It up, and you too, yo. Later, guys.
Awesome, man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks.
Yeah,
man.
Jordan is a.
There is one thing I want to say about that segment when you're done, Donovan.
No, I was going to say Jordan is actually a follower of mine for a while, so it's actually really cool to know who's calling. Perfect. So anyway, go ahead.
Jordan is 100% right. However, it is the man's problem.
Yes.
Now, and again, it comes back to you not being upfront about what you expect and what you can give at the beginning. Now, so if you're wondering, I got to give her more Coach bags, I got to get her more attention, I got to take her on vacation, I got to get a timeshare, it's because you haven't been clear about who you are and what you're looking for in this particular situation. So it is going to be your fault. Another thing that is going to probably haunt you to some degree is if you are mad at women for them not being what you wanted them to be.
Ooh,
remember this.
Wow.
This is a big one. This is that red pill rage bullshit that sometimes I'm a little harsh on, because I have to put it back on the man. You can't get mad at her for not being compatible with you if you were never giving her any kind of feedback as to who you are and what you expect from her.
Women
so if
aren't
she's
mind
just
readers.
sitting there, Like, what do I do? Have you ever? I've been on job sites where people don't know what they're doing due to a bad management. So they show up for the job, but they're like, "Do you know what we're supposed to be doing?" And I'm like, and that's because they haven't been instructed. So what do you expect them to do? They're just standing there. They're like, "Ah, fuck it, let's go have coffee. Let's go smoke cigarettes. Let's go text." Yes. And the reason why they do that, they haven't been given instructions, and there hasn't been an expectation delivered. So at the end of the day, if you're mad at a woman and saying, just dump her, just get rid of her ass, there's an energy about that you need to take a look at, because whether she's for the streets or whatever label you want to call her, she's just not right for your program. Right. So refrain from actually calling her names, because I'll tell you what, right now, that woman is right for another dude's program.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every woman is right for another dude's program. It's
important that you know your own program. And then don't get mad if she doesn't fit it. You just release her back into the game and let her go find somebody she's a better fit for, while you then are looking to attract what it is you want.
To take it back to your job site reference, so they don't have any direction or instruction, and the boss or the foreman comes in. What are you guys doing sitting around drinking coffee and donuts? Foreman, you can't get mad. You didn't get it's your fault. And guess what? If his higher ups come and sees everybody slacking off, they're not firing the subordinates. They're firing the fucking foreman, because it's his responsibility. So yeah, that I think, and I mean, listen, shout out to Jordan. He made some good points. Hopefully he grew from that. He did. Guys, we need to grow from this. We need to understand. We need to understand that it is incumbent upon us. You can't get mad at a girl doing what you're allowing her to get away with doing. That's it. That's the bottom line. Oh, girls are this and she did that. Well, what did you do the first time she tried it? Well, there you go. There's the problem. Let's go to Lionel in Texas. Lionel in Texas, you are on with Donovan and EO. What you got for us?
How you doing, guys?
Doing good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Lionel.
Yes. My problem is, like, I have no problem, like, getting a woman number and everything, but it's like, when I get the number and, like, things I do after that'll get them start getting them unattractive, when they start showing unattractive, is like, my last encounter with a female, it was at the job.
Okay.
And basically I approached her. She said she had a boyfriend, and I left her alone. I just stayed out of the way and just continued working like before she even started working there. And basically 3 days later, she approached me out of nowhere with a number on a piece of paper, told me to hit her up during the weekend because when we was off. Oh, and with texting and everything, she blowing my phone up, and conversations is going well. We setting up a day to meet. That didn't happen for some reason. And next thing I know, the next 2 days, the second day back at work, she approached me saying people approaching her, telling her that, why are you talking to him? He's slow and you too advanced for him. Mm-hmm. And other things. And after that, I hit her up another day, and we still talking, and she approaching me, showing interest, and at work also, grabbing on my junk when she catch me somewhere by myself. And
damn.
Like the next day we
Lionel must be packing.
And I hit her up. Next day we were off, and I hit her up. She like has my phone on forward, like when you forward somebody, block somebody's number.
Yep.
Like during the day, like later on that day, she hit me up out of nowhere.
You know what? Let's go ahead and stop this here.
Yeah. I was getting
Hey, Lionel. Lionel, much love to you, brother, and stick with us. But that's nothing but an attention whore right there.
Yes, sir.
And so, and she doesn't like you. She's not interested in you. But what she does like is fucking with you.
Yep.
Okay. Women like to fuck with weak men. Okay. If she finds you out you're a weak dude, it kind of goes in with the topic. The woman didn't give him sex because he's a weak dude. That's why she didn't give him sex, because he's weak. And so she detects weakness in you, but she doesn't want to lose fucking with you. See, women will, depending on the woman, she might want to fuck with you a little bit.
Right.
She likes fucking with you. She likes throwing you away and pulling you back in. It makes her feel good about herself.
Yep.
And so don't give her any time of the day. Tell her, listen, I'm not interested. And that's it. Just let her know off jump. I'm not interested. I was, but I'm not anymore. And so you take care of yourself, and you just be cordial with her. But as far as I'm concerned, that situation was never there. Nothing was ever there. And so you got to get better at detecting genuine interest. You also got to become a better communicator too. I do sense there's some communication issues there. So you do need to work on that. And secondly, what I would ask you is if you, or the third thing I would say before I throw it to Donovan, is that you mentioned earlier in the call, you said that you don't have a problem getting a number, but kind of after that you fall apart. So let me ask you a question. When you get hired by a job, they interview you. You seem to be a good candidate. They call you back for a final interview. They tell you got the job. What does the employer do next?
Show them that they can do the job that they applied for.
No, what does the employer do next?
Yeah, what does the employer do after they've considered you and you are the person for the job?
They see if you can do the job well.
Okay. They give you a key card. They give you a parking space.
Training.
Yes, training. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Very good.
Oh yeah.
They send you off to get schooled by some sort of some coach somewhere or some sort of it's like you're also on a like a 90-day probationary period.
Ah, yes.
So there's guidelines. Yeah. There's guidelines to being brought into a system. So because you don't know what to do next with a woman, you make the interaction. There's the interaction. There is a number exchange, but you don't know what to do next. So you have to kind of take it back to what an employer would do with an employee. Think back to any time you were hired for a company. What did they do with you? And then you have to figure out in your own way to have a similar system to that with women.
I like that. Very good. Lionel, let me ask you something here. And this is a very important question. What do you do for a living?
Right now,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. Okay. You want to know why it doesn't matter? Because you should not be fucking your coworkers, man. This woman, listen, not only is this woman not interested in you, she's interested in playing with you and possibly getting you fired. You told us that she grabs your junk when nobody is around. Is that right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, she was doing it, but when she stopped showing interest, she stopped doing it.
Okay. What's to stop her from going to HR and saying, hey, Lionel grabbed my ass? What are you going to tell him? No, she didn't. No, I didn't. She grabbed my junk. Right. Well, there you go. No, she didn't. She grabbed my junk. Who are they going to believe? They're going to believe you or her?
The female.
Right. So.
The female. She can tell a lie and they'll believe it.
There you go. That's exactly right. I said all that to say this. Lionel, don't fuck your coworkers, man. This is 2022, man. There are so many other resources to get pussy. And here's the thing, man. I'm not trying to bag on you here. When I was in my early my first wife was a bitch I worked with, right? Like, yeah. I mean, you just don't. You don't, especially now. This was back in the early 2000s. I got lucky because #MeToo wasn't around. But let's just say for whatever reason we had a bad breakup, and she goes and says, "Hey, you know what? Donovan did X, Y, and Z." Now I get fired from a $37 an hour job. $37 an hour, dude, at 24 years old. That would have severely crippled me. A lot of men like to limit their dating pool to people they work with, people they go to church with, people in their social circle. Lionel, download dating apps and take interest in people you don't work with. It is not worth it. Anything else to add, EO?
Yeah, I really want him to work on his communication skills, his soft skills, because I always say that dating apps are just like a passive form of income. It should never be considered like your primary source for women. But it's like a trickling in, like my book, for example.
Yeah.
I don't rely on that for anything heavy, but it's nice to get about $400 or $500 a month that I don't even really think about anymore because I wrote that motherfucker already. But it's good that I'm, giving some value out there. But that $500 I get or whatever it is, I don't even really see it. It goes right into the account. I don't even know it's there.
Right.
So it's the same thing with women, dating apps. You never want to that shouldn't be your primary source, but it should be a passive source. But you got to get out into the real world, get to a nice restaurant, bar, a hotel bar or something like that, happy hour, and then actually start talking to people. Those are going to be where your best communication or your best connections will be. But I see a problem with your communication. So I want you to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, Lionel, thanks for calling in. Listen, call in next week, man. I think you should really take EO's advice. Get better with that communication, man. And when you call next week, I want to hear a little bit of a different intonation.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Lionel. Do you know what a 9-volt battery is?
No.
The 9-volt battery?
I mean, yes, I do.
Yes. You need to go to Target and buy one and replace that battery in your smoke detector, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lionel in Texas. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know why people can't. Who knows? All right, we got Jay Blaze in Fort Lauderdale, Johnny from Chicago, looks like Isby in Richmond, and Jordan in Georgia coming up next. We will get through these. Let's go to Jay Blaze in Florida. Jay Blaze. Now, Jay Blaze, you must be on vacation because you are from Maine. Am I wrong?
I am on vacation to Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, good shit, man.
I had to get away from the cold.
Shit, dude, I don't know how, bruh. I live here in Philly, and I can't stand the fucking winters. I don't even know how you survive Maine, dude. I really fucking don't. Oh, my God.
It's the worst, man.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, so what you got for us, man?
So this Reddit article reminded me of the Reddit article I read like last week, but it was through the women's perspective.
Oh boy!
Where this woman was married with 2 kids, and she couldn't figure out why she was unattracted to her husband.
Okay.
And I quickly realized the husband never gave her time to miss her, for her to miss him or think, where's this guy? And like this guy didn't do this for his girlfriend either. Like he never gave her time to like think, where is this guy? Is he running up and giving some other girl?
Right. So she wrote a Reddit post and she could not figure out why it was she was unattracted to her husband, and the reason why is because he was always around.
Yeah. Work home, just always taking care of the kids, and she couldn't figure out why, and she never gave him time to miss him.
Jesus.
And this guy on the Reddit article you just read did the same thing. He would always be around, I would assume, because he sounded pretty needy.
He did. EO, what are your thoughts there, man? That's very interesting.
Yeah. I would say this, via my observation, this is my opinion, of course. I don't think human beings want comfort. We don't want comfort. Even like us as content creators, we might hit a nice surge there and get some good views, but then we might plateau a little bit. We're like, oh shit, my last couple of videos only got such and such views.
Yes.
So that's gonna force you to evaluate maybe your content, your presentation, and maybe try to come up with something different. But that's exciting. That's exciting to continue to evolve and grow and challenge yourself.
Right.
So the same thing happens in relationships. If that complacency is there and you just know it's there, you don't value it. Just like anything you get for free or you have an abundance of, you tend to put it on the back burner, and it's just not a value to you. It's not until something actually becomes scarce that you begin to value it. So there has to be that balance. Even if you live in the same home, you should buy a home that's designed in such a way that there is separation from you and your wife or you and your significant other, and then even tell her to get out. I mean, look at, like, you're gonna be, hey, listen, I'm gonna be working over here in an hour. Bring me something to eat. Bring me something to drink. Still have assignments for her, because if she's not working, she's twerking. Remember that. If she's not working, she's twerking. So she should be on assignment, but there still should be some separation.
Listen, I could not agree more. My situation is exactly like that Redditor that Jay Blaze is talking about. Devin and I, we're around each other we're in the same building 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We probably spend, I don't know, maybe we spend 8 hours a night in bed, but honestly, we probably spend an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours a day in the same room. That's the only reason why we're still together, because, and she tells me, she said, I miss you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we live in the same house. She's like, no, we never get to see each other and blah, 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 blah. This is, and I agree with you. I think that there's definitely there's definitely a place in a relationship where there's got to be a little bit of discomfort, especially on the woman's side, because if a woman gets too comfortable, things go fucking sideways. So even though my situation could be that way, I'm very fortunate that I have this studio, this cocoon, or the dungeon, as Jen liked to call it, that I can just come in. I can shut my dude. When I'm in here, I lock my doors. It's just me and my cat Walter. We hang out all day.
You know what, Donovan? I'll say to that, and then I'll throw it back to the caller. Is that was done by design, though?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Men do real men do things by design.
Yes.
Other men, weaker men, just they things happen. They're like coincidental or happenstance. Like, oh, this happened to me. Well, but men with a plan and focus, everything is premeditated.
Yes.
So even if I were to ever get married, my woman would, my girl would still feel very, very single with me because I know how to manage her. That's right. I know how to keep that healthy distance. Where she would even miss me if I was in the other room. If I'm in the other room, she's probably wondering like, I want to go see this sexy motherfucker real quick.
Real talk.
Sneak in and I'm like, and there I am. So it has to be this way.
It's funny that we're talking about this before we throw it back to the caller. The last time Dev and I had sex, and she'll verify this in the chat, I'm sitting here in the studio. I'm getting prepared for TSR Live. She knocks twice. The door happened to be unlocked. She walks in. She's wearing this pink whatever, high heels, a smile, and red lipstick. She's like, do you want to? I'm like, fuck yeah. Right? Like nice. That's how that, and the reason she does that is because we're not around each other all the time. She knows the way to get my attention, and she did that well. Jay Blaze, I'll give you the last word, my friend.
So what would have happened if this guy, when his girlfriend like refused sex for him, just like walked out and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take the night. Hey, you could take it however you want. What I'm doing," and then
listen, I suggest this all the time, and I've talked about this ad nauseum. I'm gonna give you the 15-second Reader's Digest version. The very first time a girl you're fucking withholds sex from you, you leave without a word. You leave without a word. If she's at your place, you kick her out of your place. You leave, you separate yourself from her, you block her number, when you leave or when you tell her to leave, you turn off your phone. You turn off her phone, block her, whatever the case may be. Go radio silent on her ass for no less than 36 hours. That's what you do. No calls, no texts, no nothing. Then when you re-establish contact with her, only one word answers. Are you okay? Yep. Like, what the fuck was that? I knew this was all about sex. No answer. Then you wait another day. You tell her, my place at 7. She's going to say, well, what's this about? Don't even answer. If you don't tell me I'm not coming over, don't answer. At 7 o'clock when she comes to your place, and she will, and she nervously asks you, well, what's this about? What do we need to talk about? Never mind. It wasn't important. I promise you, that woman will never, ever dare to withhold sex from you again. That is the next level. Now, here's the thing. A lot of guys say, but, oops, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry about that. A lot of guys would say, but Donovan, what if she doesn't call or text? What if she's not tripping? Then, fam, she ain't into you, bruh. If she doesn't go absolutely mental when you go radio silent, dude, she was on her way out anyway. That's it. I was going to say, I was going to get EO's opinion on this. What would you, what do you suggest about, guys withholding sex?
Again, it's the man's fault in my book. It's always going to be the man's fault. I know I'm going to be hated for that shit, but I got to stick by this until I take my last breath.
Let's do it.
I mean, again, it comes back to you selecting the right woman for you.
Yes.
And how do you do that? Through proper communication and not being thirsty for sex to begin with. Remember this, if you're with a woman primarily just to get some fucking regular puss, you've already lost.
Man,
You've already lost the game. It's over for you. It's a matter of time. You'll fuck her for a couple weeks. You're going to be moaning and grunting and fucking sweating, banging her out because you want to secure that broad. Whereas me, I'm sitting back with fucking big red gum in my mouth like, here, suck that dick. YouTube chill. So the problem is you're too thirsty for women and they know it, they can smell it, and now they don't fucking want you no more. But a man that's busy, he's sexually disciplined. I've been saying this for the longest time. I know there's other dating coaches that probably fucking hate me talking about this, but I got to talk about it to be real. As a man, you got to be disciplined sexually. That way you're focused on the reality of the situation.
Right.
See, when you're always sex driven, you're fucking confused. You're like a woman. You're emotional.
Yes.
You're really emotional. Honestly, you're no different than a woman.
Nope.
If you're leading with the penis. So if you can subdue that, learn how to manage that properly, there's a time to fuck. There's the right person to fuck. But you got to be able to look at it logically and say, all right, that's not a good fit for me. Now, it doesn't mean you don't fuck with her, but you just let her know off rip that this is a very casual situation and this thing could end at any time.
Bingo. Very well said. Jay Blaze, I'll give you the last word, my friend.
Hey, thank you for the call, and I'm very thrilled that season 2's back on. So.
Awesome, man. Hey, listen. No one would blame you if you didn't go back to Maine. I'm just going to give you permission right now. You can stay in Florida.
I wish I didn't have to go back.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, Jay Blaze from Maine via Florida. Dude, EO, I could not agree with you more. And the one thing you said, I learn from you every time. If sex is the main reason you're with a girl, you've already lost. There you go. Definitely. You've already lost. Definitely. Man, that is unbelievable. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's go to Johnny in the fuck? Let's go to Johnny. Sorry about that. Let's go to Johnny in Chicago. Johnny in Chicago, you are on live with Donovan and EO. What you got for us?
Hey, Donovan. Hey, this is the first time I watch elite level game. I think the topic is pretty good. So I want to tell a story about it.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so this is pre-red pill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to this girl during high school, and I kind of knew that she didn't like me. And when the time came that I wanted sex, she's like, no, you're such a nice guy, yada 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 yada. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then
okay.
I graduate.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I graduate, and then I discover your content.
Okay.
I do everything. Advice from you, and it fucking works. I'm super surprised that it actually worked. I'm direct, straight to the point. I tell her what I want, and if I want it, I want it now. And she's like, wow, like no one has ever talked to me like that, to the current girl I'm talking to. She's like, wow, that's really attractive, and I've been banging her for 3 days now.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. What you got on this, EO? Oh,
well, I mean,
off. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can
I
hear
don't know
you.
if you can hear me now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Shout out to the caller. He's from Chi-Town. That's
yes,
cool,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad Donovan has taught you these things. Donovan is very well seasoned, and you're learning from a great teacher. There is something to be said too about not demanding anything from abroad. Like if you want things like right now, I want it right now. Like that also is going to work against you because it's considered a weakness. You should never really want anything that badly from a woman. Now up front, you let her know what her responsibilities are in the relationship or whatever this is. You're going to be needing to do this, and this while I maintain this, and this. I'm delegating this to you. You have strengths here, so you'll be focusing in this particular area. And then while I still maintain this particular leadership over this area.
Right.
So if you're explaining to a woman what her responsibilities are in a delightful manner, not in a fucking bossy way, but hey, look, you want to be here with me, you're going to have to add value. So I, in addition to what you've already learned from Donovan, which is spectacular, men need to also be wary of being too needy and demanding from a woman because she sees that as this motherfucker's weak. Like I look at it this way. Anything that a woman does for me, I could already do it better than her.
You know it. That's exactly right.
So I don't really need her to do shit. I don't
helps.
need you to do it. I cook better than you. I fuck better than you. I clean better than you. I do everything better than you. Because I've been an independent man for a long time.
Sure.
So I don't need you. But if you're going to be here, you're going to alleviate and take on some of those tasks.
I like it, man. Now, I'm independent. I do laundry better than Devin. I clean better than Devin. Devin codes.
Men do.
Well, yes, yeah, that's very true. Devin codes better than I do, like with the with the website and all that, and she cooks a lot better than I do. But if we were to go our separate ways, clearly I'd be okay. All right, let's go to. Oops, wait a minute, I forgot to get back here. Let us go to Isby from Richmond. Isby, is that how you pronounce your name? Is it Isby, Isbee?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Isby, you are on live with Donovan and EO. What you got for us?
So my girl hasn't let me crack in 3 years because I smoke.
So your girl has not let you
crack.
I think he's talking about smash. So your girl hasn't let you smash in 3 years because you smoke?
Yes.
Okay, so she's your girlfriend, and you've been her boyfriend for 3 years, and you guys haven't had sex?
Yes.
Okay, that's not a relationship, my friend. Do you guys live together?
No.
Okay, yeah, they're not like that's not a relationship. Like, have you ever had sex with her at all?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and are you guys officially boyfriend and girlfriend?
I mean, we talk to other people.
Wait, hold on.
But she's my main girl.
Okay, so she's your main girl. So you're fucking other girls, she's fucking other guys then.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are friends with benefits. It sounds like what's happening, and I'll get EO's opinion on this. You guys aren't in a relationship, and that's fine. You don't have to be, but you guys are in a friends with benefits relationship, and it sounds to me like she doesn't really want to fuck with you anymore, and she's using the fact that you smoke as a reason to disqualify you. I smoked for 10 years. That never kept me from getting pussy from girls that wanted to give me the pussy. EO, what you got?
No, I agree with you 100%. And, unfortunately, the two of you are wasting your lives.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wasting, quality years that you could be out doing something else rather than having this dead weight. And again, I don't mean to call her dead weight, but the relationship is dead weight. Not her, but the relationship. And she's kind of stupid too, your girl, because she's with you despite your habit. And quite frankly, it's your fault. I'm going to blame you.
Uh-oh.
So if you already know that she doesn't like that about you, therefore she withholds sex from you, she's in her eyes, you're a weak man.
Mm-hmm.
In her eyes. And another woman, she'll fucking smoke up with you maybe. So again, it comes back to compatibility and selecting correctly. So I'm still going to blame you for this situation.
Wait a minute.
The reason why you don't have what you got. Yep.
No, go ahead.
No, the reason why you don't have what you want with this girl is because you didn't select right to begin with. 3 years? She's wasting her good years. This girl's running out of time. You, on the other hand, may not be running out of so much time, but it's still, though, you're wasting quality time. I'd cut her loose. What kind of value does this woman bring you?
I don't know, dude. Like, it doesn't sound like they're in a relationship at all.
Like, she don't give you sex, so what does she give you that's profitable for you?
Right.
The communication is good, and I mean, that's pretty much it. The communication is great.
Okay. It sounds like it sounds like you guys are
Donovan's show every day if you want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, right. Listen, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll talk to you. That doesn't mean I don't want to fuck. Now, here's the thing. I might have misunderstood here. Are you talking about smoking cigarettes or smoking weed?
Smoking weed.
Oh, I thought he was talking about smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I used to smoke too, and I used to smoke with doctor chicks. I used to fuck them and smoke in their living rooms.
Real talk, real fucking talk.
Yeah,
dude, I smoke, dude. I'll smoke, dude. I smoke weed just about every night just to go to sleep. I'll take a couple of tokes. I'm off and running. It's a lot better than alcohol. Yes. Well, I mean, I don't. The thing is, and I'll get back to Isby. When I drink, I don't drink socially. I drink to get drunk so I can go to sleep. Well, if you do that too much, it starts to fuck with your body chemistry and you feel like crap in the morning. So I switched over to weed because it's now legal in our state. Take a couple of hits and I'll watch SportsCenter for 15 minutes, head on upstairs, and best sleep of my life. Isby, it just sounds like you guys have a difference in fundamentals in terms of principles.
Yes.
And again, if a girl likes you enough, she is going to have sex with you. Dude, listen, and I want to make this very clear. There was a time in my life where I was smoking cigarettes in Las Vegas. I smoked cigarettes, so I always smelled like I was a fucking chain smoker. I smoked cigarettes. I was doing blow just about every weekend, and at one point I was doing it every day, and I was drinking whiskey every night. I'm a smoker with whiskey alcoholic breath who is doing blow. Guess what? Girls couldn't wait to come and give me the butt. It doesn't matter if a girl and guess what? And girls they would say shit all the time. God damn, Donovan, like, you're a little bit too turned up. You did too much blow, or you're too drunk, or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, well, then get the fuck out. You know how many of them left? None of them left because they liked me enough to stay there and deal with my issues. If this girl does, it doesn't matter what your habit is, bruh. Like, dude, I had a nickel-a-day coke habit. I was getting into fights, catching charges, and the bitches stayed lining up for me. So if a girl likes you enough, she will deal with whatever vices you have. Now, you shouldn't be smoking. Don't do the wake and bake thing. That'll just make you dumber. But just move on from her, man. Any last words, EO?
Yeah, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but any men out there that are not getting what they want from women, it's your fault.
I agree.
I'm just letting
100%.
It's your fault. Look, I say this. If the relationship is successful, it's because of you. And if it's a failure, it's because of you. And so the one thing I see that men are doing wrong is they are very poor communicators.
Yes.
Like you, for example, you could have sat there with a big ass mountain of blow and fucking whiskey everywhere, but you had the gift of gab.
Yes,
I imagine you
of
were
course.
very good at communicating. I could see that now, and you have always been that in me too.
Yeah.
So that was like our special weapon.
Yeah.
Is that we might have had some bad habits or been fucking assholes, but we knew how to lure them back in with our mouthpiece.
You know it.
And our masculine persuasion. So this is what men today are missing.
Wow.
They're missing masculine persuasion and mouthpiece and direction and communication. This is the number one problem with men today, in my opinion.
Listen, man, you were not lying. Now, see, here's the thing. I talk about all the times where I've kicked a bitch out of my apartment and this and that and the other. And most of the time, I really would kick them out. But every once in a while, I get a little bit too big. All right, well, then get the fuck out. Fine, I'm leaving. I'll grab her. Come on, come on. You know, you grab her, grab me. Come on. You like me grabbing your ass. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You're laughing. Stop, I'm not laughing. And then 2 minutes later, she's on my dick. That's that gift of gab that we're talking about.
Yes.
Isby, listen, man, I think you're doing okay. I mean, if you're smoking weed all the time every day, I guess that could get old. But even still, I'm telling you right now, I was doing blow, drinking. Dude, I was destroying my body. I smelled like a fucking ashtray, and the bitches could not get enough of your boy. If smoking weed is a requirement to get the butt from her, you need to be out. Say peace.
Let me also say one last thing to this guy and in the audience. This is important. There's different caliber of women too. So if you get into like the upper echelon, the PhD, shout out to Kevin Samuels.
I'm a PhD.
But if we're getting into women that have, high positions places, they're not sitting around with dudes with bad habits all the time. What they do is plan an evening or a weekend of bad habits. Okay. So like if you're sitting around just rolling blunts all day and smoking and you're making $35,000 a year and you're an uninspired brother, then yeah, good luck. You're not going to really have any women long term. So what high-end professionals do is they plan their party nights. So they're not partying during the week. They party Friday night, Saturday night, go have some Coke somewhere, fucking drink like a fish, fuck all night. And then they're back. And then Sunday they recuperate and they're back into the swing of things. So you got to understand, like there are women that will look at you with your bad habits and go, get the fuck out of here, loser. And then there's going to be some women that they're just party girls and
they're like, hey, this guy has his shit together, but he likes to turn up every once in a while. I think I can get with that.
Yeah.
Isby, I'll give you the last word, my friend.
No, thank you. You guys were helpful.
All right. Isby is in the house. I think the girl is the one with the problem, man. If you don't smoke weed, I'm not gonna fuck. I guess we ain't fucking. Let us go. We got 2 more calls.
You're lost.
Yeah, right. Real talk. More for me. 2 more calls. We got Jordan in Oklahoma and Frank in DC. Jordan in Oklahoma. You are on live with Donovan and EO. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I had a question for you guys today. I started talking to this new girl a couple weeks ago. I met her off Tinder and stuff like that. And the day I talked to her, I had her come over to the house that first night. And we smashed that night and then smashed again in the morning. And then sporadically text over the next few, 2 weeks. And then invite her over again. She comes over again, and we smash again. And then so then we sporadically text for the next few days. But she's always really bad about texting back quickly. And, I mean, it may be a few hours and stuff between the text messages, which normally isn't a big deal, but it started getting annoying because how consistent it was. So then yesterday, she texted me like, hey, sorry, I just realized that it took me 25 hours to respond to you. I'm sorry, I apologize for this. And I was like, that's cool. I'll give you the opportunity to make it up.
Can't wait to go in on this.
Yo, real talk. Okay.
And she goes, okay. And then I call her. She was busy with her friend, and I was like, all right, cool. I understand. I'll call you tomorrow. So I call her today, and she answers, and I go, all right, so you want to be my good little slut? And she goes, well, I don't know. And I was like, all right, well, you make that decision, and if you do, you give me a call back. And if not, we can continue this conversation. She goes, all right, well, what does that entail? And I said, all right, well, you can come up, or do you own lingerie? She goes, yeah. I'm like, all right, I want you to put on what you feel the sexiest in, and then you come over here. You're going to come up to my house on Saturday. You're going to go upstairs. You're going to light the candles, and you're going to get on your knees and wait for further instructions. She goes, all right, well, what if I don't want to make it up to you? And I go back to, all right, well, then you give me a call when you want to make it up to me. And she waits for a second, and then she goes, all right, well, I don't know. And I was like, all right, well, you figure it out, and you let me know. And then I hung up.
Okay.
And so, like, I just kind of want to know how you guys think that I handled that situation.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, let me go first. Okay, you got to understand something. You put the ball in her court in every situation.
That's
well,
exactly
when you're
right.
ready, get back to me.
That's right.
Well, when you're ready to get back to me. Well,
Okay.
when you're ready, get back to me. Here's the other thing you fucked up on. You got to okay. It was very, and I don't mean disrespect. So please I'm not disrespecting you, the man. I'm disrespecting the mindset. So please understand.
And
this.
we're all men here, so we're
It's
assuming
very
that you're not going
girly.
to take it personally.
Yeah, it's very girly that you're over pursuing her, and it is strictly for sex. Now, I'm not saying you don't enjoy her company, you don't like smelling her on the pillow next to you and shit, but it's actually quite feminine to be over pursuing a woman. Like, you have to understand this. In today's era, women have become men, and men have become women.
Yes.
Women will fuck you, dude, like 2-3 times, and they're like, I'm good on you, bro.
Yep.
Like, but you're not good. Here's the problem. You don't understand women, and you're not good, so then you want to keep duplicating this experience. But you better understand something right now. Women have become men in a lot of ways, so they'll fuck you, dude, and they're like, dude, stop over pursuing. I'm done with your ass. So, like, you need to understand this about women. It would be in your best interest to fuck this shit out of her, then send her off, and then just be very, very slow with the build up for the next one. I'm not saying not to try to set it up again.
Yeah.
But remember this. Today's woman has become a man in a lot of ways, and they fuck dudes, and they don't give a shit about you anymore. And you trying to do all this fucking 50 Shades of Grey with a new bitch is probably corny to her.
Now, I actually...
Well,
go ahead,
like,
Jordan.
I will agree with that, but, like, I had already tied her up and things. Like, we've already done
Okay,
that kind
all right.
of shit.
All right, cool.
So,
I will say
Okay,
that.
good. Thanks for telling me that.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah, so he has previous experience. Listen, Jordan, I like the fact that you did communicate. You stipulated, hey, you didn't get back with me in 25 hours. You're going to make this up to me, right? I like that. I like that particular element of it. Let me ask you this. Is she the only girl you're fucking right now, or are there other girls?
can you say that again? The phone broke up.
That's okay. Is she the only girl you're fucking right now, or are there other girls?
No, there's other girls.
Okay. What you're going to have to understand is that you always need to be fucking other girls. The reason why, now here's the thing. Okay, you were fucking other girls, but the reason why it started to irritate you that she didn't text back quickly is because you probably like her more than you like the other girls. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but that's the only reason why her lack of quick communication starts to bother you. Listen, that's perfectly normal, perfectly human. Jordan, listen, I've caught feelings for girls, that I was fucking. It's just, it happens. We're humans, we're not robots. But what you need to understand is that the reason why she wasn't texting you back as quickly is because she's fucking other dudes, right? And you have to understand, and she was fucking, and listen, everything was great for the first couple of times or whatever, but girls meet other guys, and, you know, you kind of slide in and out of her rotation. And so when girls meet guys that they like better than you for whatever reason, maybe they like your company, maybe they like his cock better, maybe he drives, whatever the case may be, she is automatically going to prioritize her time with that guy than with you. So the reason why and you said she always texted back very sporadically. That's because she's fucking other dudes. So try not to take it personally that a girl you're fucking is fucking other guys. Get this out of your mind. You're not special. You only think you are, right?
That I'm not worried about at all.
Okay.
We had that conversation, and I was like, I don't give a fuck what you do when you're not with me. Like, I don't care.
Well, here's the thing.
Very aware that
listen, I'm glad that you told her that. But your actions betray your words. Right. You said, I don't give a fuck what you do, yet you're feeling some type of way about her texting you back at, you know, in 25 hours, which is fine. But what you're going to have to understand is that the reason why she texts you back sporadically is because she's fucking other dudes. Who knows? She may like you more than the other guys. Maybe that's why she's texting you back less, because she's trying to draw you in. Your last mistake is you gave her way too much attention. You just gave her way too much attention. If you say, hey, come over, or if she hasn't responded in 25 hours, let's just say you text her and she responds in 25 hours, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 then guess what? You need to wait at least 50 hours before responding. You do this to keep her on her toes. Well, Donovan, what if she spins out of my orbit? Then she didn't like you that much in the first place. So you're going to have to understand, Jordan, and I don't know, you might agree with the CEO. The best sex you will ever have with a woman most of the time is the first time you fuck her. After that, it's still good, but it's never as good as that first time. Girls are always looking for that next hit, that next high. This is why girls bounce from cock to cock. They like the newness of a new cock. Obviously, that's not good for them in the long run, but listen, man, like the new wore off, Jordan, that could be the case. EO, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I think this guy's got some pretty decent game.
I think he does. Yeah.
I think though that he lies to himself a little bit, like how he said, "I don't give a fuck what you do," and as you pointed out, that's clearly not displayed in your actions.
Right.
Know this: that every single woman that you will ever meet in your entire life from this moment forward has a guy already.
Bingo. You
never have to ask, "Do you have a boyfriend?" You never. A guy should never ask a woman, "Are you seeing anybody?" She is. 1 to 3
every time,
usually on average. 1 to 3. Okay, if they get into 4s and 5s, I mean that's not rare, but that happens. But those are just straight up hoes.
Yep.
Okay, but the average woman is seeing from anywhere from 1 to 3 guys on all the time.
In addition to you.
Okay. Yes, in addition to you. So you got to understand that. Here's another thing, as I pointed out earlier, which is going to be a problem for a lot of men. You can't fuck a girl too much, dude.
Yeah.
Like, wanting to fuck her a lot shows you're a weak dude. So what you do is you fuck the shit out of her, YouTube chill, okay? And then you send her off and say, listen, perhaps we'll try to run this shit back next week sometime. I'll be in touch.
Yep.
Okay? And then let her think about it. Like, you know, even if you text her the next day, is like, how you peeing today? You know, like I've done that before, where I just hit up a girl and all I say is, "How you peeing today?"
Oh my God,
like,
that's good.
Shit, that shit hurts, and I'm like, "Hey, good. I'll tell you what, you crossed my mind. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be in touch." So you gotta let them.
That's fucking
here's the
awesome,
thing:
dude.
Simps want to fuck all the time, man. I'm telling you, they want to fuck all the time.
Right.
So you gotta learn how to back off from that. Fuck a girl real good. Give her the ultimate experience of who you are as a man. Clearly, she has to earn it and be worthy of it. And that's another thing. Trying to fuck her, like by tying her up and doing too many things, is she even worth all that? Like, she's got to qualify for the upper echelon sexual experiences. Yeah. So that's another thing a woman will think, like, damn, this dude pulled out all the stops for me. Like,
that might be why she got bored. Like, yeah, you gave her the gold. You gave her the gold card treatment, and she's like, all right, well, there's really nothing left, so I don't know.
Exactly.
Listen, Jordan, it could be
done in steps.
Dude, steps is very important. What you have to understand, Jordan, is that girls are going to come in and out of your life for any number of reasons or for no reason at all. I like your style of game. I like the fact that you do this sort of domination. I'm going to tie you up. Like, I'm totally good with that. in the future, make sure to dial back your player power level a little bit, number one. Number two, if you ever find yourself wanting to fuck, dude, go for a run or hit the gym. There are other ways to expel that testosterone other than fucking. And when you do that, girls will admire you because she's like, damn, like, okay, this guy fucked the shit out of me and now I'm trying to throw myself at him and he's making me an option. Never, ever, ever be a foregone conclusion for a woman. So when and if this girl ever does call or text you back, ignore it. Let her pursue you. She needs to call or text you at least, honestly, she needs to call or text you at least 3 times before you pick up the phone. If you do that, if she really, really likes you, she'll continue to call you. At that point, then you have it right where you want her. I'll give you the last word, Jordan.
All right, I see what you're saying, and I definitely feel like I was kind of giving her too much attention.
Okay, good. Okay.
And it was because she was new and it was fun.
Sure,
and,
it happens.
But, like, I also put her in a position where the last time we were there, she saw some toys I had laying out from a girl I had the night over before. And she asked about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, well, I was playing with another girl yesterday. And so that made her feel whatever way she did and stuff like that.
Right.
So I felt like I had that power at that moment.
Okay.
But I see how, because I was being probably too aggressive in approaching her or reaching out to her.
Yeah, just pursuing.
That
Yep.
she would get bored.
Yeah. I think you're a quick learner, Jordan. I don't think that you're gonna have to worry about and you've got other girls that you're fucking. Put her on ice for a little while, and when she comes back, she'll probably heat things up a little again. Thanks for the call, man.
And I'll say one thing to Jordan.
Go ahead.
It's already over with this chick. It's
okay.
over with this chick.
Yeah.
Trust me, it is. And because it was probably never designed to be any longer than it went anyway.
And that's how this girl rolls.
Some fucks are 1 to 3 times. That's it. And that should be okay with you. And trying to rush to get another experience with her, you're killing it even further. So just remember that some fucks are going to be 1 to 3 times, and you got to be perfectly okay with that.
And Jordan, listen, man, and dude, trust me. I know what it's like to have sex with a girl 1 to 3 times and her all of a sudden go cold and you're like, damn, I really like fucking her. She was hot. She was cool, blah, 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 blah. That's part of the game, man. And just understand that for every one girl you really like, dude, there are 500 other girls out there who will be just like her and better. So just keep that in mind moving forward.
Hey, and Donovan, one last thing. I'll try to teach a lot here in addition to what you're saying.
Let's do it.
You got to keep in mind that women will want a quick rush. So they have boyfriends. And so they cheat on their boyfriends, bro. And then you're like trying to become the boyfriend or trying to become like more regular in her life. And she's like, bruh, I just used you for some dick. Like, stop fucking chasing me.
She might have a boyfriend, dude.
Yeah, well, she does. She probably does have a boyfriend, and she just fucking with you by saying, "Well, what if I don't want to do it?" It's done for you, bro. It's done.
Yeah,
and
I would forget about her.
So, and again, last thing, if a girl waits 25 hours to text you back, it's over.
Real talk. Hold up. Jordan in Oklahoma, I appreciate the call. Yeah, it sounded like the young guy had some game, man. It sounded like the young guy had some game, but I agree with you. It's over with. I'd never considered that she was probably in a relationship, but yeah, she clearly has a relationship with, dude, she might even be married. Who knows? Because women who fuck like that are almost always married. Not that I would know.
You know how many girls that I fucked and had fucking crazy sex with?
Jesus.
And I already knew that I'm going to fuck her probably one more time, and she'll be gone for 3 monends because she's going back to that beta male.
Yes, sir.
And then
yes,
she'll always hit me up. And she'll always hit me up. I made a video on this that women prefer beta males over alpha males.
Of course they do.
They use alpha males for dick, and then they throw your ass back away. You guys really think that's cool? You're letting bitches just use you for dick, and they go right back to their beta male boyfriend and husbands.
And you're trying, and it's funny because, and no shade on Jordan, but I know what it's like to try to replace a girl's boyfriend, right? she's got a boyfriend. I'm going to fucking make her. Guys, I've been there. Oh, especially if she's hot, if she looks good. Oh, my God. But again, Jordan sounded like he was young. This is something he's going to have to experience a few times for him to get it. Yeah. He's going to be killing it in the game, man.
We can tell.
Yeah, wrap up, Jordan. Like, don't be knocking these bitches up. Last call of the evening. Frank in DC. You're on live with EO. I'm sorry, Donovan and EO. What you got for us?
Donovan, EO, what's up?
What's going on, brother?
So
hey, man.
I'm good. So I caught a stream that you guys put out a few months ago, and in that stream, you guys mentioned something along the lines of that you were gonna come out with a video, the different ways to take a girl's virginity, and I've been looking out for it. Haven't seen it. Did I miss it? Or this could be a top 10 topic? So I don't know.
You know what? I remember saying that, and no, we have not done that yet. EO, I think that would be a dynamite topic for next week, man. That would be.
We can touch it.
Yeah, listen, we can touch on it a little bit here for Frank here. So what you got on this, man?
Yeah. All right, so I can only speak for myself, and like, I'm not trying to take a girl's virginity, man, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I personally don't want to do it. I realize like a woman's first is important to her. Who gives a fuck? But I want a woman who's actually been fucked a little bit. Okay. Personally, I do. I'm not trying to sit here and fuck a virgin. I mean, I'm not.
Virgins.
If that's something you're interested
I've
in.
never had sex with a virgin, but I'm told that that sex with a virgin's not very good. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't want an inexperienced chick who, I mean, again, maybe if you're considering a wife and clearly there's going to be a different assessment at that point.
Sure.
But personally, me, I'm not running around looking for virgins. I'm too experienced. She's too inexperienced. It's going to be a nuisance for me.
Right. And you might catch a charge, to be honest with you. You fuck around, dude, and put it on a virgin. She'd be like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, Frank, I'll touch on it a little bit.
Sure.
How can I put this? There's a saying in the sales business. No customer ever buys for 15 reasons. They never buy for a lot of reasons. They almost always only buy for one reason. So when I used to sell vinyl siding and doors, I can talk about the hardy plank and the clear coat and this and that and the third. But then when I say, oh, and by the way, there is a 45-year replacement warranty, oh, we'll take it. We'll sign. Or if I'm selling a car and, oh, by the way, this car gets 36 miles to the gallon, oh, okay. They weren't listening to when you talked about back in my day, when you're talking about the CD changer, when you're talking about the V6, the overhead cam, the curb weight, all that other kind of stuff. But when you mention that one thing and, oh, we've got a Bose system in here. Oh, so I said all that to say this. The way to get a woman, and I'm not the guy who's going to get her addicted to you, but the way to make an impression on a woman is to take her virginity in some way, shape, or form. I know that I took Devin's virginity in this way. No one has ever talked to her the way I do. I was very I straight up told her, okay, you're going to stop talking. Like I remember the first or second time I talked to her on the phone, she was drinking. And I said, dude, like, this is the second night in a row we've talked on the phone and you've got a drink in your hand. Like, I'm tired of hearing the fucking whatever. I said, put the drink away. She put the drink away. And so I said, listen, you're not going to drink when we're on the phone. I said, I don't care what you do in your free time. You're not going to drink on the phone, right? So the next day or the next night, I'm on the phone with her. I hear the drink. I said, well, I said, you've got a drink in your hand. She's like, I know, but come on. I was like, nope, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hung up on her right then and there. No one had ever talked to her in that way. And so when you're the kind of guy who knows what his value is, knows and understands how to run a woman, you're essentially going to be taking her virginity pretty much every day because you're going to do or say or act in a certain way around her that she has never experienced before. And we can delve more into that a little bit later if we decide to do this topic later. But that's what I've got on it, Frank.
All right, good shit. So I'm gonna just stay tuned in, basically.
Okay, good stuff, man. Frank in DC, man. Appreciate you calling. I think that'll be a very interesting topic. Now I agree with you. I'm not trying to take a girl's physical virginity, but there are other ways to take. There are other ways to give women. there's other ways to be a woman's first. You know what I mean? Just because you're not the just because you're not the first dick a woman's ever taken doesn't mean that she can't still pair bond with you. Because I smashed a lot of hoes in Vegas. A lot of those bitches got hooked on your boy, and it almost never had anything to do with the dick.
Yeah. I love that segment that you said there. There's other ways to be her first.
Yes.
So I think that, and that's something I'm really good at too. So I think we could make that a show.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's another thing too that guys don't. I think guys are so stupid. And like sometimes the way they think it's so naive. Let me say this. Understand this. If you're a girl's first fuck, she's gonna want to know what other fucks are like.
Of course. Of course.
Like she's gonna go, oh, that's pretty good. I wonder what that's like.
Yes,
okay, so just know right now, you guys are like actively searching for virgins like weirdos. And I'm going to say this, that if you find a virgin and you break her in at some point, once the puss is broke in, she's going to want to know if another dick could fill it better than yours.
There you go.
So that's why it's good to actually have a woman that has some experience. I'm not saying an abundance of experience with no value behind it, but some experience is good, so you can take that and leverage it anyway. So
look, if I'm having a one night stand, I'm hoping her body counts like in the 600s. Like real talk. If her body counts in the 600, I know it's not going to be a long night. I'm sorry, how many dudes have you banged? 574? Bet. I'm going to rent this motherfucker for 15 minutes. We'll be out in 9. Like, that's how it is, man. Like, she starts sucking my, okay, all right, I'm good. Fuck out of my face.
Yeah, you could pour Hennessy on her ass.
You feel me? EO, you and I swear to God, we are fucking related. We are fucking related.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
you can pour
God.
Hennessy on a virgin, bro. You pour Hennessy on a bitch with some experience, man.
Yo, I used to dude, at these fucking, I'm telling you what, man. I've poured Hennessy. Dude, I poured Hennessy on a bunch of bitches. Champagne is not that good off of a woman's. Just real quick. I don't even know what it's called, but what you'll do is you'll take a woman's tits and you'll have one of her friends like pour the wine or the liquor down her tits, and you're right there and you're drinking it right there. Then you get her friend, and it's a certain way they do it, right? You get her friend or whoever to pour it's like they pour it perfectly so it goes right down the shaft of your dick, and she is literally drinking liquor from your dick. There is nothing better. Yes. You cannot do that with a virgin because she will not know what's happening. Can't do it.
It's true.
Can't do it. Yeah. Oh my God, I could tell you some fucking dude. I've done blow off of girls' asses, her tits. I did blow off a fucking girl's vagina. Oh, dude, smooth as a baby's butt. Dude, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God, I could tell you fucking stories forever. Anyway, dude.
Yeah. Hey, it would be a riot, man, if we could all get up there to Miami and be on Fresh and Fit, bro. It would be a fucking riot.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you right. Listen, I'm going to be down there on February 9th.
Fresh and Fitness champion game over there for a minute.
I'm trying to, dude, Myron and Fresh love you, man. They really do. So, listen, I'll get a hold of him and be like, hey, man, the next time I'm in Miami, we got to get EO down there because, Miami is like that's like the cocaine capital of the world. I have not done blow since September 4th of 2016.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'd probably overdose. Hell of a first episode for the first season, man. It's always good to do these shows with you, man.
Hey, likewise, man. Good to be back with you. Always good energy.
Yes, sir.
We feed off of each other really well. So guys, patronize the broadcast too. Always make sure you take care of Donovan. When we come in here and give you this elite level game, it's stuff that you're not going to hear
anywhere
too easily. It's not going to be out there. So when we come on here, make sure that you guys support Donovan and super chat when you can.
I missed a couple of super chats. Holy shit! Hold on a second. Okay, so shout out to Cody Marshall with the $5 super chat. Says, thanks for giving out information for people like me and every man on YouTube. Appreciate that. Mr. J with the $5 super chat says, if you're a girl's first duck, she will want you to know other ducks are like huge words of wisdom. Yes, never thought of that. Thank you for more wisdom. I like that. That's very, very good. Next week I think we are going to talk about the many ways you can be a woman's first. I'll have to put the title, You Can Take a Girl's Virginity in More Way Than One, and then we'll clarify when we get on the air. But I think that'll be a great conversation, man.
Yeah, man. I look forward to it.
Tell the people where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm Coach EO. I'm kind of entering another realm, calling myself the Cope Coach. I'm going to be pointing out everyone's coping mechanism, hopefully to help them become healthier people overall. So it's something I feel like the manosphere needs, and so I'm happy to kind of bring that out. So yeah, just search Coach EO or the Cope Coach, and you're going to find me. Come give me an opportunity, man. I got some great series. I got Leading the Relationship, which is a spinoff of LTR. Killing the Simp is a huge series here in the Manosphere. Among I give player tips and some other things. So yeah, come through.
Veteran in the game. EO, thank you very much for making time for us, man.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next week. Oh, we'll see you Sunday for the 6.
Yes, see you guys Sunday. Shout out to the panel. So we'll see you guys.
All right, we'll talk soon, man. Take care. That is Coach Everett Overton. He is Coach EO. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, dude. The only other content creator I have ever had the same on-air chemistry with was Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines, dude. Me and him, especially like in the early days, dude. We used to go back and forth. It was magic. It was magic, man. So all right, very good. So listen, man, this was a fantastic show. I'm very, very much looking forward to doing this next week. It was nice. It's funny, I was telling EO, man, and listen, shout out to all my ladies, Janelle and Pearl and all the rest of them, but it was nice to do a live stream with another man with someone else who pees standing up. Oh, you guys were talking about Tarantino movies. Reservoir Dogs was very good. Jackie Brown was also very good. Reservoir Dogs and Jackie Brown was good. Django was good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was absolutely crazy. That was really good. Django Unchained I thought was good too. Django Unchained was I thought was really good too. So at any rate, that is going to do it for this edition of Elite Level Game. You guys take care, and we will see you next time.